Hi everyone and welcome back to the Sweetie Nail Supply channel. Today we will be continuing our series on the DVOK Four Seasons collection, this time focusing on summer. If you haven't already seen our first video on the spring portion, it is already uploaded to our channel, but this week we will be playing around with the transparent nature of the summer gels to create this layered ocean themed set perfect for the summer weather. We will show you the design step by step, but first of all, let's look at the swatches of the colors. The DVOK Four Seasons set as a whole is made up of 4 different themed collections that all have a syrup finish, meaning that they are sheer. However, summer is slightly unique in that the colors are even more sheer, creating that nice jelly-like finish. This is perfect for blending together into ombres, layering with glitters or cat eye gels. And then the colors themselves are all super vibrant to match the energy and life of summer. Because there are 12 colors per season, you get a really nice variety in terms of the different shades. And even though there are 12 different colors, they all match each other in terms of vibrancy, which creates a very cohesive looking set. All of the polishes self-level beautifully to create really even color payoff. This is essential when it comes to jelly polishes so that you can achieve a nice transparent finish without any streaks. And here are the colors side by side. Today we will be focusing on the blues in this collection and taking advantage of that transparency to create a nice layered look. So to start off with, we are using the Soft Gel Pro XV Tips, the medium square. And we're just laying down DS 45, 46, and 47 in patches on a prepped nail tip. Between each color, do not cure the gel. You actually want to leave it all uncured so that you can blend together the colors right on the nail. You do want to leave some space with clear showing through. This will be where we layer most of our glitter and cat eye gel. If needed, you can even take a brush wet with some isopropyl alcohol and clean away some of that gel to create more clear spaces. And then just make sure everything looks nice and blended before giving this a full cure in your nail lamp. Now we are going in with the Liua Unisol collection number 98. This is a blue to green shifting magnetic gel with fine particles. We just want a subtle shimmer on this nail, and so we are very messily applying it over some of those clear areas between the other layered colors. To add depth to this look, make sure that some of the polish is more condensed in certain areas and thinner in others. And then you can just take a round magnet and move it around the perimeter of the nail to just bring those particles to the surface. Once you are happy with the shine, make sure to give this a flash cure quickly so that the particles stay in place. The Diami pin cure lamp is perfect for this. And then we will be using DVOK's Crushed Pearl, which is from their Once in a Summer Season 2 collection. And we are just going to layer this over the cured cat eye gel and over some of those clear areas on the nail. Because the base is a clear polish, you can layer this pretty thickly to build up the sparkle and shine. You want to give that a full cure, and then we are topping this with a thin consistency base gel. Any thin base gel will do, because we're going to create a marbled effect with the DVOK Vanta White. This is a cream polish, fully opaque, so we're taking a liner brush, dipping it into that polish, and just adding small streaks throughout the uncured base gel. The base gel helps the polish dissipate and creates what looks like sea foam or bubbles on the surface of water. This technique also makes for great smoke nails or a marbled effect. You can use any color polish as well to create an endless number of designs. Once you're happy with how the pattern looks, give it a full cure, and we're just going to layer on top some more of those 3 blue colors from the Four Seasons set just to amp up the color payoff. Just make sure to keep the placement of the colors the same as when you made the first initial layer. That way you are bumping up the vibrancy of the colors underneath. And then if you find that you've covered up too much of the white detailing or the glitter, you can clean it up by just wiping it away with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on a brush. And once you're happy with those results, give it a full cure before top coating. For this, we will use the DVOK Enamel Top, which is a mid to high viscosity polish. You do want a thicker top coat for layered looks like this because the surface will be quite uneven from all of those layers. A thick top coat will just allow you to smooth out that surface by applying a thicker layer, letting it self-level, and ensuring that your final shape is nice and smooth. You can concentrate most of the gel in the center of the nail and then make sure to wipe away any extra that's pooling around the sides. Flipping the nail over will also allow gravity to help you in making sure that most of that extra product is going to be towards the middle of the nail and create that nice apex. You want to repeat this process on each of the marble nails, which will be the thumb, the middle finger, and the ring finger. And don't forget to seal in the tip for a nice clean finish. And then make sure to fully cure everything, and we are actually done with the ocean marbled nails. For the pointer and pinky finger, we will start with 2 layers of DS46. So we are painting on 1 layer at a time, fully curing between each. These nails are inspired by the glass look that was really popular last summer, except this time with a chrome twist. So you want to make sure you're applying the polish really smoothly and then wipe away the tacky layer before applying a top coat. We're using that same DVOK enamel top here and just making sure we get a nice, smooth, even layer on the surface. If the top coat is not smooth, then your chrome finish will also be bumpy. Give that a full cure, and then we're going in with Blonde Blonde's number 68 Fireball Powder. This has a gorgeous yellow undertone to match the yellow magnetic particles in the Lielwa collection we used earlier. You just want to buff this into the surface of the nail, making sure to wipe away any extra. A clean disposable makeup sponge does a good job of getting rid of the excess, but you can also use a large fluffy brush. And then to really seal in your chrome, something you can do is file down the tip of the nail as well as around the edges. And this just creates a rough surface for your top coat to cling to really seal in that chrome layer. To seal the chrome, we are going to be using the Mayo glass top because it is quite a thin consistency. We are not done yet with this look, and so we don't want to build up a bunch of bulk by adding a thicker top coat. So you just want to gently float on a thin layer of polish, and then make sure to wrap it around the tip of the nail where you've filed down the surface. That way your polish has something to really cling to and create a nice seal that will protect that chrome layer underneath. Give that a full cure, and we are going to matte top coat this now. This is the DVOK Zero Matte, which actually works great for chrome isolation, but also works well as just a standard matte top coat. Once fully cured, you get this frosted glass look reminiscent of sea glass, perfectly fitting for this design. And then we are going in with a 3D texture using the Gin Bee Crazy Thick. Using the Sweetie Nail Supply liner brush number 1, we are just painting on thin lines diagonally across the surface of the nail. The direction you paint the lines in is entirely up to you, you just want to make sure that they are parallel. You can also flash cure each line into place, just in case you make a mistake and end up having to wipe down the surface. You won't disturb an already placed line, and just repeat this process across the entire surface of the nail. You can also make these lines thicker or thinner depending on your preference. You can even paint in different shapes. The contrast between the glossy surface and the chrome just makes for a really nice effect. And once you're done with your lines, give it a full cure, and we are actually finished with this design. We hope you liked it, and everything we used will be linked down below. We'd love to see what you all are creating with the Four Seasons collection, so make sure to tag us. And if you'd like to see what design we come up with for the fall portion, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. But thank you for being here, and we hope to see you next time.